Greetings everybody and welcome to Just a Normal channel. If you're new, please like, subscribe, and share as it helps the channel grow greatly. Today we're going to be talking about episode 9, Harvey Dent. This is a continuing series on Gotham TV show, villains, and their counterparts. Today we're talking about Harvey Dent, aka Two-Faced. A lost opportunity to explore? I'd say yes. A character that was a lost opportunity, connected not only to Batman and Commissioner Gordon. These two were just not in their respective positions or aged appropriate correction. Bruce Wayne and Batman was not Batman yet, far from it. Commissioner Gordon wasn't in that position yet, but Harvey Dent was indeed introduced in the show, but was only the DA that was working with Detective Gordon on rooting out corruption. But the story fell to the wayside. Nothing came of it. Harvey is portrayed in the show as a young DA, much younger, with big ideas on how to get corruption out of Gotham. But isn't that what Gotham's appeal really is? As we have known in terms of Dent, he is supposed to be a bit unorthodox in his methods. Nicholas D'Agosto played Dent, did a great job at portraying what little we got of this character. But the episode he was in were not that meaningful. How can anyone really say how much about him? It is implied also in the episode that he sets up some direction and plot, but I have to disagree that while the character was great and it just fell apart. While him and Gordon were great on set, it just didn't follow through in his rise to what he was through the Salvatore Maroni character that was killed off in season 1. While from what I recall, he was in season 1 and 2, but like I said, it didn't go anywhere. Other than what I know of Dent is that with Bruce Wayne being as young as he was, the age difference made it difficult. I understand the direction they were going, but perhaps they should have made Bruce Wayne like 15, 16-year-old kid or a little bit older. They allege Dent having a bad side or a dark side, but they use the item in which he is known for through his coin tossing. But if you didn't know about the character, you would be like, what is all of this about? It wasn't, it just didn't coordinate, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of potential the way the show was set up. Could have explored Dent's character even in later season and stuff. It would have made more sense. But also the show was supposed to go 7 seasons, and instead it went 5. So there was a lot still to be developed. But later seasons, when they would be able to kill off Maroni, depending on when that could occur, it was whatever can. I don't know exactly where it went on that, but the catering, but again, it was a lost opportunity, I think, in many ways and stuff, because the Maroni character was the one that created Two-Face, and they killed him off in season 1. So there was just a lot of discrepancies when it came to the Dent character on Gotham, and it was just a very lost opportunity because I would have loved to see that, because he's got a real grounded backstory. So according to his comic book counterpart, Harvey Dent, Two-Faced, first appearance is in Detective Comics, episode number 66, August 1942, created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger. As we all know about Two-Faced, Harvey Dent, famous DA of Gotham, was an ally of Batman and Commissioner Gordon until he had acid thrown onto the left side of his face by mob boss Salvatore Maroni, scarring him for life. And what we got from the past movies with character was so cool. The most memorable for me is Batman Forever Two-Faced, played by Tommy Lee Jones, but it looked way too cartoony for me. Instead, I enjoyed the Dark Knight Two-Face that was played by Aaron Eckhart, which I think is is the best in terms of Two-Face was. With the obsession and circumstances of his disfigurement, he was a creation of circumstances, and always carrying a double-headed coin, which he flips to determine his every decision. Origin of the character is kind of a tragedy. Was brought up in a lower-class, violent household. His father was an abusive alcoholic who repeatedly beat the younger Dent as a kid. Many times his father would use a double-headed coin to give the child a chance to escape a beating through what he would use later in life to determine his decisions. Interesting he would use such a method or a symbol, but again, not so much. However, Dent had suffered from various mental issues. Notable was disorder and paranoia, which makes a lot of sense to his rise in becoming Two-Faced. But on the other hand, and despite his hardships, he was able to obtain his law degree, deciding to make Gotham a better place. He ran for office and won the position of DA of Gotham, even to the point that he dedicated to justice while being untouchable. This character has had many different incarnations when it comes to DA and villain, but what always remains the same is the rise of the Two-Faced is through a means of disfigurement through acid or other type of chemical disfigurement, and character which lead to his descent into madness, and being bipolar disorder and paranoia would do it to anyone after such an unfortunate situation outside of his control. Descent into the darkness of a character that attempted to make Gotham a better place, self-destructed instead. And that's the creation of Two-Faced Harvey Dent. So I appreciate y'all for listening to this. Next up, episode 10 will be Ra's al Ghul. So I appreciate y'all for listening. Take care, everybody. Like, subscribe, and share. Take care, everybody. Bye.